Hey guys, James here from TCG University, coming back at you with another deck profile. Today we're going to be talking about Rando. Yes, this is the third Rando deck in 6 weeks or whatever. I just really like this character. He has a lot of cool combo stuff that you can do that I don't think people are really putting out there. And then I think Retro has a bunch of cool Chaos stuff because Chaos used to be the best symbol in the game. So I thought, why not take my favorite Chaos character right now and make another deck around it, you know? So welcome back, Rando, for the third time. You thought he was gone, but he stayed. Let's get in the Rando profile, and you can see the choice I made and some of the cool cards that you get to play around with. Okay, guys, for the people who have not seen the other Rando profiles I've done recently, Rando is a 6-hand size 30 vitality character with the all Chaos and evil symbols. We are playing under Chaos again today, mainly because I think Retro has a bunch of cool Chaos stuff you can mess around with. There's not a whole lot of it in this deck, but there's a lot of cool pieces that make the deck stronger already. So I didn't go super out of the way, but I did some really cool things, I think. We have a form that we never really play unless you really have to. We're mainly focusing on the bottom E, which is you discard momentum to give your attack +1 damage, +1 speed for the rest of the turn. And then if your opponent's at desperation, your checks get +1 as well. With reduction, our opponent's always going to be at desperation, and that's the point. Get reduction out, do cool combos. So let's get into that. I'll put this here. Okay, so we're going to talk about reduction first. Reduction is the key part of the deck. It's the linchpin. Without reduction, you don't do anything unless your opponent somehow gets to put to desperation pretty early, unless they do it themselves or they just don't block anything. Reduction is a 3/3 1 mid block breaker 2 that's a 1 mid for 1. While it's in the card pool, your opponent's considered to be at desperation, and all of your attacks other than this one get +2/+2. So all of your attacks get stronger, and you basically make Rando live, which is kind of the point. Its enhances, if it's not blocked, you add the top card of your deck to momentum, which gives you momentum for Rando's ability. Most of the time, this card will get blocked. If not, somebody's wrong. You should have told them to block this. This is the card you block, sometimes at least, depending on the situation. But free momentum is nuts in this deck, because the deck's built entirely around momentum. So we'll leave this here because the next card matters for it, which is Claw of Malephase. Malephase is a 3-diff 5-control asset that's a unique asset from the Endines set. Form commit, you can add 1 mid-attack. You add 1 mid-attack from your discard pile to your card pool. Commit, add reduction? Yes, please. This is the first main card we'll get into that just nuts off. Just makes the deck so super crazy that's just crazy. It's almost unfair when it starts going. When the deck goes, it's going. But you get to add reduction in, do a really cool thing with reduction, obviously. And then we play, because I ran into problems not playing this card, 1 Sadist just in case. Sadist is first form, your opponent's considered to be a desperation, just destroy this. Destroy this, reduction without the stats for the turn. That's what the purpose of that card is. To complement the reduction, we're playing 2 Hiding in Plain Sight. Hiding in Plain Sight says you can add this card to your momentum, and then if your opponent's at desperation, you have the top card of your deck to momentum. This just gives you that momentum you need to really start moving in your turn. And then we're playing 3 True Identity. True Identity just says commit to give +1 to your checks for the rest of the turn for attacks. And then while it even playable while committed, enhance your attacks get +1/+1 as Rando. So really, really free card almost. Your opponent almost always will try to deal with this if they can, if they have a way out to it. And then the main card of the deck we're getting into is Rekimaru and Mekimaru. You'll hear me talk about this in one of the most recent Rando decks. This card's very good with the way the deck works. Every time a card leaves our card pool due to an effect, we get to check a 6 and draw a card. Though True Identity says checks to your attacks, Rando himself only says checks. So checking a 6 is not hard when you give + to your check with Rando. I've done it 3 times this turn. Cool. If I check a 3, Rekimaru just auto draws me a card. Did I check a 5 and I've used it once? Cool, I'll draw a card. You just get free pluses for no reason. So it's just easy pick to me. Check a 6, draw a card. Yes, please. On top of the momentum discard with Rando, we have Brash and Aggressive. This is one of the other cards we added from the retro format. This card is just check a 4. After you discard 1 or more momentum during the enhanced step, this deck gets +1/+1. Did I use Rando? It's going to get +1/+1 from this, plus the other ones that I've already used for Rando, plus our reduction. And then I'll check a 4 to give myself +1/+1. Oh, +1/+1. Oh, +1/+1. Oh, +1/+1. And just super stats away. Like, just free. And then to protect our momentum, because sometimes you kind of need that, we have Invoking Blood Magic. Our opponent's just not allowed to discard momentum unless they discard our momentum unless they discard one themselves. It just protects our turns long enough to try and go off. Some of the new cards we're adding is Flash Lightning. Flash Lightning is an incredibly good card. It's a 1-diff, 3 control, 0 mid for 3 with a 0 low block. It has Chaos, Evil, and Fires its symbols if you guys want to find this card later. It's a ranged reversal card. While it's in the card pool, your mid attacks and high attacks get -1 difficulty, which is super crazy when you already get +2 to your checks with Rando. Just to have this not count if it doesn't get its other ability off, which is Enhance. If this attack is blocked, add to your momentum. So basically the way it works is, if it stays in the card pool, who cares? It goes to our momentum later. If we play it, like, we could go like Foundation. I'll play this on 3. Oh, did it hit? Nice. Did you block it? Momentum. Whatever. But the main idea is, oh, did you block it? No. Did you take like the 4 for 7? That's a pretty nice 1-diff 4 for 7 off my giant Rando stats. Did you block it? Because it's early and I didn't give it a bunch of stats yet. It'll go to my momentum because you decided to deal with this and fuel my turn for the rest of the game. Cool. It's really neat. Then we're playing 3 Diacere. Diacere is a 6 mid for 0. You heard that right. 6 mid for 0. While it's in the card pool, we can change combo requirements, but that doesn't matter to us. We're not comboing that way. The main ability we use is the Enhance. If this attack is not blocked, add 1 card from your card pool to your momentum. We mainly use this for like Flash Lightnings. We use that for other attacks at the back of my cards that we'll talk about later. But basically the way it works is it gets a bunch. It gets like, say it gets 2/2 from Rando or 2/2 from reduction. Just gets the 2/2 from reduction for whatever reason. We have one other attack in here or whatever. Cool. This is an 8 for 2. Do you want to block my 8 for 2 damage attack? No? Well, I'll stick this in my momentum, I guess. Clear my card pool, fuel Rando, and have 1 less progressive. It's crazy good. To complement those 2 cards specifically, we have Heavenly Match. I'll bring these back out. And I guess Reduction because that's the other card we can target. Heavenly Match is a very cool card. These are the only 3 cards it targets in our deck. It's a 4-diff, 4 control, form. Remove this card from the game. Use search or discard pile for a mid or high attack. Mids. With a difficulty of 3 or less. 3, 1. Oh, I guess we can't add DSA. Whoops. Just these 2. 3 or 1. And you add it to your hand. Cool. I'll add this Reduction. Cool. I'll add this Flash Lightning. Deal with it. Or form, you can remove this card from the game and unflip 2 foundations. Who cares about that? Just getting to add reduction to your hand is nuts. To complement the DSA as well, we're playing 2 Fuma Seal. Kind of does the same thing as that, but this is proactive instead of responsive to the situation. If this is the only card in our card pool, it gets its powerful rating changed to 6, and we draw a card. And then the bottom enhanced that we play is you get to add 1 card from your card pool to momentum, which is crazy. It's the good part about DSA, except we don't have to wait to see if we deal damage. We just auto do it, and then maybe draw a card off Fuma, which is crazy good. Then we have 4 Assassination Attempt. This is the coolest old card I've added in my opinion. Assassination Attempt is a 5-diff, 3 control, 5 mid for 4. Has Desperation 4 if we ever get to Desperation, but whatever. While it's in the card pool, when paying cost to discard momentum, we can discard this instead. So I'll play my Assassination Attempt, discard momentum, do cool thing. This is after playing our reduction, right? So this is a with this, it's a 7 for 6. Because their character's not committed or whatever. I don't care. 7 for 6. You take it or whatever. Or 7, 8. 8 for 6. So cool. Whatever. We'll play the Flash Lightning. We don't have momentum. Oh no. Flash Lightning on 3. Gets the 2/2. We'll Rando. We'll use this momentum instead. And you clear your card pool. Gave +1 with Rando. And did cool things. Assassination Tip just is free Rando every turn. Every time you have it out. It's crazy good. Now we're getting into the fact that we do play 1 check in our deck. So we're playing Revoke to help free build on turn 1, as well as it's a solid just negate anything in the game, and with powerful abilities from the retro characters, it is needed. Because we're playing the 1, we're playing Perfect Evolution. If I get the chance to, I'll almost always play this on 1-up. This has my favorite art from the original Red Horizon set. There's a lot of really cool art in my opinion, but this is one of my favorite pieces. We're mainly playing it for the first form. Review the top card of your deck. Just make sure you're not going to check bed. Checking a 1 on your second turn when you're trying to just go off because you got the free hand to do it is pretty bad. It feels bad when you check a 1 early. We're playing Forza Nightmare. Discard the extra cards we draw off Meki to ready these. Simple as that. We want to keep our staging area ready in case we do check the 1 and we don't have enough rando pluses to not worry about it. 4 Hell's Reach for when we do check it or we check bed. Just ready it, play well committed, stuff like that, you know. Easy. Uniting Rebels for the easy build. If we're at Desperation, we can gain Vitality, extend our turns. Checks a 6 for when we don't have enough of the rando abilities. Helps protect us from that, you know. Cool stuff. And then the 1 check itself, we have Coffee Samba. Coffee Samba is a 5/1 4 mid for 5 with a 2 hot mid block. Has Desperation 2, which we'll get to in a minute. Enhance, draw 2 cards as a cost. Your opponent draws 2 cards. Really cool ability. You get to draw 2 for free and your opponent can't stop it. Hell it down. Enhance, this attack gets multiple X and stun X. X equals the number of cards in your opponent's hand. So you draw 2 to gift your opponent 2 cards only to stun their board. Seems fair. Drawing the cards is the main thing. One of the things I realized with Rando is you want to draw more cards. That's the reason Rekimaru is so important, is because sometimes having just like your 3 attacks and your reduction just isn't enough. You have to have more. So I built my deck kind of around that. The Desperation 2, the reason it matters is we're playing a bunch of we're playing another Desperation attack, which is Shadow Slicer. Shadow Slicer is a Desperation 3. It's a normal 4 diff. It's a 4 high for 4. You remove 1 Shadow Slicer from the discard pile to add this back to your hand after the attack resolves, which triggers the Rekimaru, which is also nuts. So I'll give this 6/6. This becomes a 6/6, 8/8 with reduction. Rando gives it 1 more if we've used this, so 9/9 for free almost. Cool. I'll add it back to my hand. I'll play it again. By the way, I checked with Rekimaru to try and draw a card. It adds back Rekimaru, and just keep going. Just keep going at it. Sitting 9s for 9s off of only using 1 ability and having all these is just crazy. One of the ways we help ourselves get into Desperation is Deliverance. Just take enough damage to put yourself in Desperation, but not enough to put you into like a danger zone. Just change damage to 4. It also says Enhance, remove this card, draw a card. Replaces itself, which is crazy. We have 4 New Empress Another Realm. Flip, lose through Vitality, draw a card. Helps us put in Desperation. At Desperation, we look at the top card of our opponent's deck and know what they're going to check. Decide how we want to do abilities and whatnot. But mainly just to draw an extra card and put ourselves closer to Desperation. And then the last card in our deck is Arranging a Deal. At Desperation, just draw a card. It's a 1/6, good block. Checks good, draws us a card, good on defense, solid card. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you liked my Rando deck, the third of many, the third I've done recently, make sure to check them out below. Make sure to check out the link. Make sure to check out. Man, we're just gonna restart this. 3, 2, 1. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you liked my Rando deck, let me know down below. Make sure to check out the other deck profiles and the matches and whatnot inside this playlist. Make sure if you want to check us out live, go to twitch.tv/TCUniversity. Catch us live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/TCUniversity. If you hit us up at the $1 level, you get access to most of our content early, most of our content live, access to our personal Discord where you can talk to us and the UniVersus crew, the Magic crew, the White Shorts crew, the Final Fantasy crew. You get to talk to all of them, really hang out with us, and have a fun time. So without anything else, we'll see you guys next time. Stay learned.